Hey guys, my name is Vineet and I am a software development engineer based out in India. So basically, I have created this channel to just share my knowledge, which I used to get in my workspace or by doing some personal projects. So this is not a set of lectures or series of lectures on any topic or something. Basically, I used to work extensively on React and React Native, so I'll be sharing my learning experiences which I have learned in last couple of years. uh, so yeah, but I will not be centric to this particular technologies only. I might touch some other things in the coming futures. So today I'll be talking one of those topics which is like there are many things in React which we used to forget every time, which can improve us as a developer, but we just ignore them and we just only focus on the basic thing. But if you want to be if you want to get advanced understanding of React, you just or get better at what you do, you just have to make yourself learn these set of paradigms or patterns as well. So one of those patterns which I will be talking today is higher order components. So why I felt to make a video on this topic, because I read a lot about it when I was initially I was learning React, and even in when I started working in a company. So uh, but still I didn't realize when I have to use it to make my code optimal or make my code to not repeat themselves, right? So I would what I have learned, I'll take an example so that I can make you understand. Yeah, this is the situation and this is the scenario which where we have to use it. It's up to you. There are a lot of things apart from HOCs as well to share the logic between components, but yeah, this is one way and we should know it. In many cases these are very helpful. Uh, so I'll take an example. So this example will be, we will be making a file choosing option and giving an upload option to the in the interface. So there will not be any API call. This will be, we will be just mocking the things. So API call means making logging, making the that visible in the Google Chrome ka log, right? So uh, I'll go through it. First of all, basically, what is a HOC? So HOC is just a pure function. It's a function which take an input, and precisely the input is a React component here. So it takes a React component and it returns a new React component, not that one. So will I'll show you. I'll write one HOC, a simple HOC. So so as I said, it's a function, so I'll make a function, and with attachments, and it's a function which takes a component, input component, and it returns what I said. It returns a new component, but let's return the same component what we got. So I've named it is with attachment. So basically you can name it whatever you want, but this is a sort of best practice, you could say, ki, naming your HOCs starting with okay. So it's whoever is wrapping themselves for, will have to import first. So I'll import it. So with attachments. So basically with attachments will take care about the file data which will be uh, chosen when the user will particularly choose any file, and it will be available in the every component whoever wrapping themselves in this with attachment HOCs. So I'll also explain a real life scenario with this example only, where it could help you. So as you can see, it does not. Okay, so we have forgot to export So please do not forget to export it. Now everything is fine, right? So whatever we passed, we just return. So nothing has changed, right? So we need to do something. So first of all, I would like to say we cannot mutate the existing uh, input. This is not recommended. I think this is not allowed as well. So we have to use composition. So to just we will, so in this case we will just take that function, that input, and we will modify by just returning a new component, a new React component, and we will make some additions, I'll show you here. So first, to do that, as I said, it will be a React component. So it could be a functional or a class component. I'll choose a class component. So class component will be like React dot component, and a React component has a render method, a class component. And mind you that HOCs do not need to interfere with your UI stuffs. They only cares about the logics and the implementation or the functional things. Okay? So you don't need to return anything specific. You just need to return the same component what you want to render. Whoever is wrapping themselves, they do not want to disturb their UI. So whatever they look like, they will return themselves from a HOC, so that the UI should not break. So in this case, nothing will break, right? Now, so how does it help? So first of all, I need to pull out some common logic and make that function, or make that thing, data available to this component. So first of all, how we make data available to a component in a component, we use props, right? So something is needed to be passed there, right? So how we will choose that function, or a data here. So think down, like we are trying to make a file choosing based system, right? So in this case there will be a input file. So first of all, I would like to make input file so that it can be clear how it will be looking. So input type of file, and it will simply like this. So now you can see, so this choose file option is there. So what I want from the HOCs, that once I choose any file, it should keep that file in the memory, in itself, and it should provide me whenever I want, right? So to do that, first, since I have talked about memory or storing some, so memory just means I have to store that thing in that particular HOC. So I would need a state as well. So first I will create a state, but I will not define what state will be. So we are set. Okay, I think, actually I forgot to write super. Yeah, everything is fine, we are set. Now what I want that once the file is chosen, so uh, this you can find how to choose a file in HTML. So in every HTML, a file will be, once the file will be chosen, event listener will be called, and that is on change in React. So this method will be called on change method. This one will be called, and this one will accept an event. This function will be accepting an event which will contain basically the file. So what, so you want to call this, so where this function should reside, this function should be somewhere in the HOC. Why? Because I want, because that function will accept the event, and that event would contain that file, and that file we need to save. I think I know this is a lot I have said, but just bear with me. I'll explain to you when I'll write the code. Okay, so basically I want to choose a file. See, so I'll write a function which will simply say on file choose. On file choose is something which I want to get called once the file is chosen. And once the file is chosen, what is getting called on change. So what I want, this on change should be equal to this value on file choose, because once the file will be chosen, this value inside this will be called. And as I said, this will accept an event. So this, whenever this will file will be called, this method will be called, it will accept an event. And where this is being called, this is called from here. So now the we have to connect the dots. Now I need to make this function available here. So how will I make it that function available to it? So as I said, how we pass data to one function, one component to another, we pass it as a props. So i'll make it I'll make this value available as a props, and this will be on file choose. Now this value is available on file choose, is available in the props of it. So now, since this is a functional component, it will accept a argument which is will be the props. And now that props has, let first log that props so that you can better understand that. So as you can see, this file, this method is available to that. So now what I want to call that method once the file is chosen on file choose. So this method will be called once the file is chosen, and this method will, so basically this method will be called with this event argument. So for now, just log this e, let's say we say it as hoc file e dot target. Actually, I, if I remember, files 0. This you can check it from the Mozilla's API or somewhere from Google. I also googled it. uh, so like, once I will choose this file, as I said, and I press enter, this, that on change method will get called, and that on change method is mapped to this on file choose method. So if I choose it, so I will get a log which says HOC file, and file that will be that will be containing a file object. Now the thing is, I need to store this value because this value resides in the HOC, not in this component. Even now, this component does not know what the file is. This is dumb. This is just depending on some parent or some wrapper, whoever is wrapping, whoever is providing data. So this is what I created state here. So file would be null, and once this will be arriving, I will be setting that file to the state. And again, I want to make this file available to that app component. So what I will do, I'll make that file available as a props. So this will be passed as this dot state dot file. Now as you know, we can use this. I think I have made some mistake or not. Let's see. No, it's not rendering actually. Yeah. So you can see the props is available, but it's null initially, since this will only be set once the on file choose method will be called. So once this will be called, let me do this. Yeah, props is there. So I'll not console log, I'll just simply choose one file, one of the any of the file, and you can see the props has now changed from file to null to file object. Now since this is available in the props, I can simply make a button upload, and that on click would be simple upload data. and it would simply do upload data, will simply do a file upload logic. Since we said earlier that we will use console log, so uploading to API, and we will use props.file. But here is one anomaly. This upload API should not get called once the file is null, because the file is not, if the file is not is null, what is the point of calling the API? So props.file should exist, and then only we call, and that's it. This is it. So this is, you can see here now, once I upload, the file is getting uploaded. So now you can see the best part of this, the logic of storing data or moving data is totally behind the door in with attachments, but the data is being served to the child by this thing. So now we don't need to write this logics on file choose or setting state to every component. Now I can simply, in this component, I can have some separate UI, very different UI, like input type file would be the same actually, nothing more. This, and this on change will be, this will be coming from props, and we will also with attachments will import, we will wrap it with attachments. Now with attachments is there. Now on change will be called from props, but on file choose, that is enough. And this will again button on click, bear with me, upload, simple upload, let's say, and make name it as upload. Now we have to first pass props as an argument. We need to write the implementation of upload. Again it will be same, but what I wanted to point out it here is like uploading to props.file. See, now I will do one thing. I'll make the style different, nothing much different, but I wanted to point out you can do anything here. It's nothing like you are limited, since the logic is same, but now you can do anything. I'm just looking for background color to be red. To just, this is just to make you this is just to make you understand key you can change any style. Now if in app component I have, you can import one, import upload with text from dot slash upload with text, and this upload with text actually also does the same thing, but it has a different UI. So yeah, see, so both the business logic behind the door is controllable from a single file which is with attachments. As you can see, if you upload, nothing is happening. uh, Once is this, and if I do this, if I take, so see, after clicking upload in this second one, I'm doing same thing, and I'm doing the same thing in the first one. But the thing is, this HOC does not limit you to do to have a same UI. See here, I have two different UIs, not much different, but I wanted to make you this point clear by doing some background color so that you can understand this UI is not limited to the HOCs. HOCs are only responsible for the logics. So yeah, this is it. If I am clear to you, just let me know if this video was helpful or not, and if you have any doubts, just make sure you please ask me in the comment section. uh, And also I will be making such videos on many React topics or React Native, so just bear with me. And yeah, so if you have liked the video, please like it. Or this was my first video, my first attempt of shooting any video, so forgive me if I have made anything silly or have fumbled anywhere. So yeah, so please like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel for more such content. I'll be back with some another videos.